welcome back to my channel, Simply Kee Samone. If you are new here, I want to say welcome, and if you're returning, I want to say welcome back. Here on my channel, I talk all things mindset, growth, and lifestyle, and today we are diving into why social media is killing your mental health and tips that you can use in your everyday life to not let it do that. So if you feel like that this is you, if you feel like that you've been affected by social media in a negative way, and if you clicked on this video, then I know that it's not by accident. This video is definitely for you. Then sit back, relax, grab you some water, kombucha, or wine, grab you some notes, girl, and let's just hop right into today's topic. Hey, welcome back to another one of my mindset and growth sit down chit chat videos. As you can see, I'm still rocking the bob, baby. Okay, we bobbing it out. Anywho, let's just dive right into today's tips. Don't want to give too much fluff, but I know that this is going to be so valuable, and I know that if you implement these things into your daily life as you're interacting with social media, on social media, girl, you are going to be just fine. Tip number one. So this is going to be one of the more obvious tips, and it's crazy because even though that this is very obvious, I notice that people honestly do not do this very often. I have done it so many times in the past, and I see people that I can like kind of tell when they're doing it, but it is to limit your social media time. Create a time frame in certain periods of your day where you know for a fact, for sure, that you are not going to be on social media, whether that be during your morning routine, whether that be the first couple hours of your day when you're getting started, you know, getting yourself going, or whether that be the last couple of, maybe like the last hour and a half before you go to bed, or maybe that's some part throughout your day. Whatever your schedule entails or whatever is best for you, make sure that there is at least some period, some point in time of your day that you're not on social media. Taking those moments or those breaks or those extra times throughout the day, I find that it really refuels me. Like, it makes me not feel like I'm like, ugh, I'm over social media. It also allows my brain time to just rest, because believe it or not, our brains are sponges. Our brains are constantly digesting, you know, filing away information, and it is a lot. It definitely gets to be a lot, especially if you have a lot going on in your life, work, family, kids, friends, events, all of these things. You're taking in a lot. You're taking in the things from your life, and you're also taking in things from other people's lives. So make sure that you definitely take the time out throughout your day to have periods of time where you are just not going to be on social media. Now, if you have to schedule this for yourself, that is perfectly fine. I am personally a fan of schedules, so it does not have to be the same time every day, but if it works for you, it can be the same time every day. Also, another great way to limit your time on social media is definitely to take a social media break. Now, I've taken social media breaks that are as short as 48 hours to a month. And both times I always felt refreshed once I reopened my apps, once I started engaging again. Like, it just was a breath of fresh air. Now, I know that people are like, girl, there is no way that I can't scroll on Instagram, or when I'm standing in line at the grocery store, or when I'm, you know, just doing anything, any of those mundane tasks that you find yourself killing time with scrolling on social media, fill it with something else. You can listen to a podcast, not on social media, but on like Apple Music, Spotify, all of these things. That way you're not watching and engulfed into something that is on a screen, but you're just listening to it. Listen to music, read a book, go outside, talk on the phone with friends, go out and see friends, talk on the phone with family, do a creative project. There are so many things that you could do in your free time when you take a break from social media and you realize how much more free time you have. I don't think we really comprehend how many hours of the day that we spend on social media. And if you are one of those people that's like, girl, whatever, like, it's not that deep, go in your settings, on your phone and go to your app usage, and I promise you, you will be shocked at how many hours you have spent on so many apps. And those hours could have been filled with something that was productive, something that was fun, something that was meaningful. So definitely take the time to take a break every now and again. I'm not saying, delete everything and just go social media, because I haven't even done that myself. But what I have done is taking intentional breaks and taking time to really pull myself away from the world of social media and get into my actual real life. So yes, definitely tip number one, make sure you limit your social media time. And from time to time, if you really feel like you need it, go ahead, log out, and take a social media break. It's not going to hurt. Social media is not going anywhere. It's going to be there when you get back. Girl, you is not missing out on nothing, okay? The shade room, they post 50 million times a day. You will go back and be able to see the shade. You're not missing anything. So yes, definitely make sure to limit your social media time and take breaks when needed. Tip number two, also very important. Really, all of these tips are very important, but stop comparing yourself to others. Y'all, stop looking at everyone on social media and immediately aligning your life with theirs and looking like, oh, she has this, she's going here, she's doing this, her man is doing this for her woman is doing this for her. Like, girl, are you trying to send yourself into a depression? We have to realize that social media is a highlight reel of other people's lives. People are showing you what they want to show you. And yes, there are times where people are very vulnerable on social media and they do show, or their pitfalls or something like that. But normally 9 times out of 10, it's not while they're going through it, if they do choose to speak on it at all. But do not compare yourself or your life to anyone else's life. You are only seeing the best parts, or the parts that people pick and choose what you would like to see. And you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You could think that somebody has a perfect life, a perfect relationship, like a perfect just anything. And really behind the scenes, they're miserable, which is why they're, showcasing so much of this, so much of that, making sure that, you see that they got this new ring or this new car or this new house, or, I just bought this, I just spent this. People who do that are normally overcompensating for something. And I'm not saying that you can't, share your wins on social media and that you can't share positive things or the good things that's going on in your life. Because even myself, like, I love to share good news. Like, if something makes me feel good and I feel like that it can either inspire or make someone else, happy, or, whatever the case may be, I'm definitely going to share it. Of course, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the people who really are making it apparent that they out here balling, okay, out here balling and dunking on people. Those people are normally overcompensating for someone. When you see somebody that's, quote unquote relationship goals, when you see those couples that are, doing all of these things, and not to say that you can't be on social media and, showcasing your relationship and actually be happy, because let's face it, people are happy, like, it's okay. But there also is that chance that you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on in their relationship. They could be in an abusive relationship. They could feel alone in their relationship. Anything could really be happening. So once you're able to take a step back and really ask yourself, do I know this person? Do I know the ins and outs of what's going on? Do I know, the background? Do I know the history? Do I know their story? You really don't. When you think about it, you really, really don't. Even on YouTube, for example, watching people's vlogs, watching their daily life, unless they're a super, super duper transparent person and you've seen ups and downs and they've actually spoken about it, do you really know what's going on? I know sometimes we get so invested in social media or invested in people that we follow that we feel like that we know them, but honestly, you do not know these people unless you know them in real life. Like, it's your friend, your homegirl, and you following her. That's like a perfect comparison right there. Your homegirl who has, a lot of great things going on in her life and she's happy and she showcases that. You know her personally. So when there's times that she's going through things, and that there's times when she's not going through things. But when you look at the positive posts that she makes on social media, you don't automatically say, oh my gosh, her life is perfect, because you know her on real life. You're able to relate to her on a person to person, human to human basis, and you can visualize and know and consciously tell yourself that yes, my friend is doing great, but it just makes it real to you to know that, you know, everything isn't perfect. It's the same thing with celebrities, influencers, athletes, musicians, everyone has a story. Everyone has ups and downs that go on in their life, and it will really be a shame to trick yourself and to not realize that they go through real things too. They have negative things going on in their life too. Really be ashamed to continue to compare your life when, who knows, you may be living a more happy and fulfilled life than they are, and you don't even know it because you're too busy comparing yourself. Comparison is truly the thief of joy. And if you let that go and go and go for so long, you are going to land yourself in a mental state that you are not going to be happy with. Tip number 3. Now, this is super important. Now, I know the first 2 tips, it was kind of like, okay, like, I mean, I could tell myself I'm going to do it. I might do it. I might not do it. I might do it. Sometimes I might not do it. But this one I actually need you to do. This is a step that you actually have to physically do. And that is to clean up your social media feed. What do I mean by cleaning up your social media feed? Look at the types of accounts that you're following. Look at the people that you're following. What are you consuming on a daily basis? Is it positive? Is it uplifting? Is it motivating? Does it make you happy? Does it make you laugh? 9 times out of 10, if you feel like social media is affecting your mental health, look at the content that you are consuming. If you're only following blog pages, if you're only following tea pages, if you're only following, you know, news outlets that are showing you all these different things, all these different tragedies and everything that is happening around the world, if you're only following, you know, pages that are built to put someone down, how do you think that that's going to feel? How do you think that that's going to make you feel? How do you think that that's going to rub off on your subconscious mind? Even though those things aren't going on in your personal life, you're consuming them and you're giving so much of your attention and your mind and your feelings to those things. They will start to rub off on you and you will not even notice. Like attracts like, and if you are constantly consuming negativity or if you are constantly consuming toxicity, you will start to feel that in your own very life. It's like the law of attraction. What you put out is what you get, and what you take in intentionally is what's going to come through and manifest into your life. So that is one thing that I really want you to take the time to sit back, go through who you're following. Are you following one of your exes and you're just scrolling on their page just to see what they're doing? Girl, unfollow her. Girl, unfollow him. Like, do something good for yourself. Do something that's going to make yourself feel good. Why would you continue to follow and engage with something that is clearly not making you feel good? In turn, you can turn around and follow motivational pages. You can turn around and follow, you know, fitness pages. You can turn around and follow influencers that, you know, are constantly doing something good with their life or doing something that motivates you in a way, or maybe their personality just lights up the room, or maybe their personality just, you know, lights up your feed and you enjoy consuming their content. You can follow pages and people that really do feed you in that way. Consuming positive content to me is so very important. By no means am I saying that I don't follow any of the tea, because baby, I follow the shade room. But you know what? If there's a time where I feel like, okay, I'm just not into this, because I mean, we all like a little kiki, and there is nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. It's fine. But you don't want to make that the basis of why you run to social media. Are you looking for something to distract you from your everyday life? Are you looking for something or situations or drama that may, you know, distract you from what you have going on in your life? That is what I mean. You definitely want to go through your following list. Look at the accounts that you follow. You'll be surprised at what you followed, and you don't even realize that how much of it that you're really consuming. So definitely follow more positivity, consume more positive content on social media. And I mean, hey, if you're watching me, and hopefully you're subscribed. This is positive content. This is uplifting content. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel like you can take on the world? Does it motivate you to do something better in your life? Does it motivate you to, feel better? Does it uplift you? All of those things. So definitely be sure to take the time. It's only, hey, you're going to be scrolling on your phone anyway. Take the time to go through your following list and just unfollow anything that's toxic, anything that's negative, anything that does not serve you in a positive way, uplift you or motivate you or make you happy, put a smile on that beautiful face. Go ahead and hit that unfollow. And even if you don't want to unfollow, mute the page. I'm telling you, it's going to work. Tip number 4. Now, I really, really love this tip. It is something that I've honed in on for myself, which is use social media to your benefit. Now, I know that aimless, mindless scrolling, like it's so easy just to continue to scroll, get in a scroll hole. Next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're watching a TikTok on a cat putting on makeup or something. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we not feeding our mind? Are we not, wanting to grow and wanting to learn? Use social media to your benefit. Although there is a lot of entertainment on social media and a lot of just something just to keep you busy at the time, there's also a lot of things that can really benefit you. Education wise, I have learned so much on social media. It's crazy. There is so much interesting and educational content on social media. If you've been wanting to start a business, there's social media content for that. If you've been wanting to start social media, there's content for that. If you've been wanting to straighten out your finances, there's content for that. If you've been wanting to, fix issues in your relationship, there's content for that. There is content that you can use to really better your life. Something that you can use that maybe you have been on social media for an hour or 2, but it wasn't a waste of time. You gained something from it. You learned something from it. Use social media to your benefit. For example, I've used social media to benefit me by helping guide me to my purpose. I can live out my purpose on social media so easily. It helps fuel me, and I can also make some money from it. So, it doesn't help to have a little extra coins, and it doesn't hurt to learn something new or just use social media to elevate, to evolve, to get to the next level in life. There is nothing wrong with not only aimlessly scrolling, because sometimes, yes, it's okay to unplug. We get on social media, we want to unplug. I do the same thing. I watch the same funny cat videos that y'all watch. But you know what? A large portion of my time that I do spend on social media is looking into things that I'm interested in, looking into things that are going to benefit me, looking into things that are going to educate me. Because let's face it, life is about growth and evolution. And we are constantly, or should be constantly, striving to be our better self, striving to be our higher self, striving to be a better person than we were yesterday. And if we can do that while using social media, imagine what that can do for your mindset. Imagine what that can do for your mental health. Like, you really have to stop sleeping on the things that are really right in front of you. Follow pages that are aligned with your interests in life. What are your hobbies? Like, what are the type of people that you like to interact with? Like, what are things that are of interest to you that you could follow and engage with that type of content that isn't negative, that also is stimulating, that happiness in you, that serotonin that's really going to build in you, because it's something that is building off of your current interests. There are so many different things and so many different lanes and avenues that you can use for social media to benefit you, to be of great benefit to you. And I definitely want you to take the time to, just take a step back from the mindless scrolling and make the scrolls count. Okay, beautiful people. So that about wraps up my tips for why social media is draining your mental health and tips on how you can avoid doing so. If you have made it to this point in the video, drop something down below that is something that you incorporate in your daily life to make sure that you don't have any type of social media burnout or any type of mental health issues because of social media. I would love to hear all about it. it and chat about it in the comments. Or if there's anything that I missed, make sure that you drop that down in the comments to help someone else that's going to watch this video after you. If you enjoyed this video, if these tips resonated with you, then please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below, and also do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on your post bell notifications so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And also do not forget to slide on over to Instagram, girl. Follow me there at _Kee Samone, and also on TikTok. And thank you so much again for sharing space with me today, and I will just see you all in my next video.
Tell me what you say now, tell me what you say. You said that you